And we are back recording, technically back live, but it's recorded too. But episode 55, the show about nothing. We are back. It is your boy DJ Ish to my left. Day one.
Let's get it started.
Half of the show about nothing. Co-creator, co-founder. Talk to him.
Yes, sir. We are back. Episode 55. It is good to be back. Once a week.
Terrell Suggs episode.
Terrell Suggs, double nickel. And when I think 55, the first thing I think of is Michael Jordan 55 in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Just because MJ,
Facts.
like shout out to MJ,
Jordan,
but also shout out to Terrell Suggs, real Ravens
Yeah.
legend. Going to speak about the Ravens later. Shout out to y'all. But we got a great show, of course.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Ish. Shout out to us and shout out to you guys. You guys, these past 2 episodes have gone up. We appreciate that.
Yes.
Please like, subscribe, comment, share the show. We cannot do this without you. We guys appreciate your ears, your attention, especially if you're sticking through a 2-hour show where we're talking about sports though. So I'm like, shout out to you for real. And always shout out to Chris, Barry, Roby, Tyrone. Y'all are consistently posting the show.
The interns.
That shit does not go underappreciated. So let's get into the real shit. If you guys know something really important happened, and no, I'm not talking about that basketball. I don't care about that shit. No. Some life-changing shit happened this past week.
Thought we talking about Bron? Nah.
I don't care about no LeBron. You're 21. I don't give up. I'm just playing. But Spider-Man 2 dropped, and we gonna nerd out for a second. So if you don't want to listen to this, skip.
Or if you have not finished.
Or if you haven't finished, yes. Yeah. We're not talking about the last level. He hasn't finished the last level, so we're gonna talk about all of that. But if you haven't finished, you are a beautiful woman. Shout out to the ladies, especially of Atlanta. We love you. You are so important to us. But you don't want to skip about 4 minutes ahead, 5 minutes ahead. We're gonna get into this real quick. Right. So this is the best game I've ever played in my entire life, and it's not a question.
Easy. I was playing that game, and I was just girl. As somebody who played trash games all year, because 2K and Madden hate us, this felt really good. To just put $70 down and be like, oh yeah, that's what $70 look like.
Hey, y'all want a tip? Y'all want a tip? It's a GoFundMe somewhere.
Man, when the DLC drop, I ain't even gotta think about it.
I ain't even gotta think about it. Won't even cross my mind twice.
Yo, I need it. Gotta have it.
Man, my favorite thing about the game, we was just talking about it after, and I was like, let's go turn the mics on. But one of my favorite things about the game is that they didn't make you redo anything you've already done. Like all the moves, all the web swings, the tricks, everything was in the game, and everything you got to unlock is brand new. Right. And I really, really appreciated that. I also appreciate how like the wings aren't like some secret little thing like you can only do when you're swinging at this speed or this high. It's just like come out whenever you want to pause. But
exactly,
it is truly easily the best game I've ever played.
As someone to like get in a super deep nerd bag, like as someone who's played probably 20 to 25 years of Spider-Man games, like going back to the ones that came out in like 1998 when we was born, I've never played anything like this
in my life
ever. It's just so, and I was really thinking this, bro, because I have a summer birthday. Right. So my birthday would come around like when the blockbuster movies were
Right.
So when Spider-Man 3 dropped the movie, the game was dropping the same day.
That's crazy.
And I remember that being one of my favorite birthdays. I got the game, went to the movie in like the same 2 days.
That's beautiful.
And I was like, man, could you imagine coming home in 7th grade and getting on this game?
Oh my!
This being your first Spider-Man for real? Like,
no,
dude.
Actually, no, I couldn't.
It's insane.
I couldn't imagine that.
It's the frame of reference that they're starting with.
It's 2 Spider-Man.
Bro, it's 2 different.
It's 2 of them,
and they crazy.
Bro, they're both crazy.
Man,
it's 2 of them, man.
And I can't even leave them out. Venom was gas. I ain't gonna lie, Venom was gas. I haven't even finished the game, but up until the point. Like, listen, if you have not gotten almost to the last mission, go ahead, skip. Yeah. But fam, when he first started going crazy, he grabbed dude. I'm like, okay, he finna, it's a video game. He finna just throw him. He bit dude in the face on the whole shit. And then this is how I knew Insomniac was really different. They cut the camera. You saw dude in the background in the next shot.
Bro, I was like, oh, we turning this shit up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's Venom.
That's Venom for real.
Wasn't no jokes. Shout out Tom Hardy, boy. Wasn't no jokes.
I will say this. The game is so good and the story within the game is so good. Taylor watched the entire game like it was a movie.
Bro, you can.
Sat in here the entire time.
That's how good
it's
it is.
That good.
Like, it is amazing. The MJ missions, they gave her the tool.
yo, the MJ missions were not bad this year. They were not bad.
Last game, definitely, I did not enjoy. This game, they gave her the hammer. Yo.
Bro, it was like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Like, if you die now, that's on you. You got the tool with you.
Facts. And the MJ mission, again, spoiler skip, if the MJ mission where she turns into Venom, when she turns into Scream, and she was cooking him, Taylor was behind me like, yeah, I'm kind of on her side. Yeah. You broke. You are broke.
Bro, no, she said, because you can't pay a bill?
I said, what are we playing? I said, the kids are playing this, bro. This isn't good dialogue.
She said, I'm in here making shit up at work because you down. Like, they wasn't pulling no punches. I got any conversation with this game. Shout out to the Insomniac team. Man. The suits, and I haven't gone into photo mode yet. Once I'm done with the game, I'm gonna do all that. I did take one picture with the was it Noir? What's his name? The Noir. Yeah. Into the Spider-Verse Noir suit.
That's crazy. He has a Rubik's Cube, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think that's crazy. But I remember I didn't even really try to. That's not even a photo mode picture. That's literally a PlayStation 5 screenshot. Because I was deadass just walking through the house, and the mirror was like just. I know it's a little nerd thing, but the mirror being perfect. So I said, hold on.
Yeah, that's hard,
flick
bro.
up real quick.
That's hard.
Yo, such a good, because it would be so easy to just not have a real mirror, just have like a little blank image. But man, the game mirror is amazing.
It's a perfect game, like as perfect as a game could get. The only thing I don't know, you haven't got there yet. I'm not gonna say anything. Right, you already have probably seen it though. It's not that important, but the suit customizations, being able to change the colorways of the suit is crazy. The swinging, I know if you don't play games, you don't really understand, but games have a feel to them. Yeah. So if you play 2K this year, not the wreck, I'm sorry about that if that's your shit. I truly apologize. But if you just play the normal gameplay, it feels so much smoother than it did last year. Fact. Madden is like that. Some games feel real stiff and stocky. Right. This feels really loose and free, like you're really in control of him. And then you can turn the swing assist off, so it really feels like you're swinging, and that is crazy.
Are you zero swing assist?
Of course not. I'm a kid.
I'm zero. No cap.
I'm a little kid.
So I played the last one with swing assist on. At the start of this one, I said I'm gonna take it off. You can really feel the difference.
I've done it.
Oh yeah, if you're not locked in, you can definitely get to the ground. But at the same time, it feels so realistic. Like for my physics nerds, all that stuff. Like if you play the game as if you're trying to be Spider-Man, like, okay, I need to shoot this here so that I can arc it to get it. Like, it will respond like that. Yes. And things like that in a video game are just amazing. I haven't completed all the side quests to get all the suits. Yeah, but I haven't either. The suits you get by just leveling up, going through the game, super guys.
And the map is ginormous. Manhattan, Queens, and Brooklyn, it's crazy. It's a perfect game. Shout out to Insomniac. Shout out to all of them. I could have done this whole show in the game. That's how good it is.
To wrap this one up, I pose a question to you, and for the nerds that watch this, yay or nay on the Spider-Man capes? Because I'm
for them.
I was going to say, it's a couple of them suits. Man.
It's a couple of them suits. I'm like, I wish they would bring this to life. Maybe not for a full movie as a grand finale suit, but I feel like the next Spider-Man for Marvel with Tom Holland, he should have multiple suits in the movie. It's he's been doing this. He's been creating, because he don't got no friends. Right. So he's been creating different suits and all of that. I hope they have one with the cape in the next movie, because this shit is hard. And this leads me to my next question. I was thinking, you watch The Boys, right? Yeah. So this will help. This is a lot. If you have watched The Boys, this is kind of really interesting. If superheroes were real, right, who do you think would be more famous? Right. The superheroes or the athletes?
Superheroes easy. Superheroes so easy. Okay. And because I've seen The Boys, they be like, yeah, he's on a 7-year, $800 million. But as a superhero, and I was for real thinking this, you know how much money you would just get just being off your likeness, you're famous, like when you really start getting to the bag.
Yes. Do you know how many Spider-Man outfits and memoirs?
Halloween costumes only. Dog.
That would be your money.
Easy. That would be your bread, bro. And superheroes, no cap. Listen, The Boys is a great show because it shows you how it could go bad with superheroes. Awful. I would just give me a season with good superheroes, just regular superheroes.
Yes, exactly.
I would love to see that.
Similar to very very loosely, but like similar to She-Hulk. She-Hulk was kind of like the ins and out of just like cool superheroes, just like bullshit they have to go through. But
or an incredible series, y'all can keep that.
An incredible series would be ridiculous.
Y'all can keep that.
Ridiculous.
Y'all can keep that. Just take the ads off the Disney Plus. Like, come on, like
factual.
Like, listen, niggas should have seen my face when that first ad popped up.
Bro, like, what is this?
I started looking around like, am I on? What is this? Because I don't got ads on nothing. Like, shout out to the sharers, but I don't got ads on nothing. I saw an ad on Disney Plus. And they started doing that. Like,
am I on the right app?
Yeah.
But my answer, I think, is still superheroes because I think the powers of the superhero would minimize like how good LeBron is. It'd be like, yeah, LeBron cool, but like he can't fly.
Right. Now let me. I hate to answer a question with asking a question. Do you think the superheroes would be more famous, or the villains?
Wow.
Or the villains?
All right.
Real talk, like,
man, that's a good point. I don't know. This world is crazy.
Bro, the world crazy.
The world crazy. Like, them villains would have a core fan base. The hoes would be like, he kind of fine.
Right.
Like,
oh, yeah, he kind of cool. Y'all don't understand.
Ted Bundy just won an Oscar.
Bro.
So,
no.
So look, anything is possible.
That month where they were, like, posting all the serial killers, man, listen, it's nothing like America today. It's nothing like America. They posted serial killers like, wait, hold on. Like,
he might have got me.
Like, you know what? Is it natural selection? Like, I feel like it is. Like, bro, it's so crazy.
Bro, like, are you out your mind? But yeah, beautiful game. Shout out to Spider-Man. Shout out to superheroes. We love to nerd out. So, yeah.
And quick little thing. Shout out to the Insomniac team for making them call Miles Morales Spider-Man.
I love that.
Because that little thing y'all nerds were doing on Twitter, like, he's not Spider-Man. He's Miles
Morales.
Yeah, no, he's not, nigga. He's Spider-Man.
Yes, perfect game. And
RP
again, you guys get us to 400 or 500 views consistently. We get some real traction. We'll start a Patreon. We'll nerd out for real. Like, we'll really get into that bag. So, real quick, it's not too much music to touch on. We can just Brent Faiyaz dropped the album. Did you listen to any of it?
I listened to the first couple of songs. Yeah. Wasn't the intro was pretty good. The first couple of songs, but Brent is an artist I do really enjoy. So like, I think I remembered he dropped at like 2 a.m. and I just wasn't listening to the album at 3. Yeah, but I will listen to it when you know.
It's gonna be something I cut on tomorrow, Sunday. Like you said, I listened to the first couple of songs. I saw everybody post a song with Rocky. It was good. It was a good song. Shout out to Rocky, but. Yeah, I'm not about to give a review on a song I listen to 6 songs off of. So shout out to Brent Faiyaz though, and shout out to you for starting the beat with the instrumental so I could freestyle in the shower. Collie Grove 2 is coming out. I've been talking about Collie Grove 2 since 2020, so I'm sorry. So right. I'm so sorry.
We were just early.
But I was early as fuck. But I did tell y'all it was coming in November. I did say that a couple months ago. So I've been wrong, but I was right too. But November 17th, Collie Grove 2 is dropping. 2 Chainz, I'm excited for this album only because 2 Chainz said they're only rapping on here. Well, he said Pressure was like the most like fun song on there. Like everything else is just straight raps. Lil Wayne brought Young Money Radio back, which he was doing during the pandemic when they was bored, and they played 2 snippets.
Oh yeah,
we might be in for a treat. Like and like I am Wayne fan. This is not no like you're just a Wayne fan. This is like they're really they got a song with Benny, bro, over a sample.
Oh yeah, Benny, Wayne. Oh yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
Okay,
that's gonna be crazy.
So yeah, I am excited for that. And then the week before that, we have Meek and Ross dropping. Which I'm praying to God isn't 7 years too late. I'm praying to God it's not. And I'm praying that this wasn't like, hey, I'm getting a lot of money, you getting a lot of money. Right. Let's go do a Lil Durk, Lil Baby type project. Like, don't give us that because you guys are Lil Durk and Lil Baby were that, so it was cool. But like. You guys are not that,
and I don't know who signed. I don't know who MMG is signed to specifically, but I don't want y'all to get hung up on the joke. But I don't want it to be like I'm signed to Empire, you signed to Empire. We both gonna drop an album this year. Let's drop a joint together.
Yeah. No,
that's 2 birds, one stone. Like
exactly. That's not what I want. I'm hoping this is real music. 14, 15 songs. I think they released. I think it's like 17 to 20, somewhere around there. So I am expecting the 2 records they dropped, Lyrical Exercise or Lyrical Something, and then Shaq and Kobe were both solid.
Facts.
And if those aren't the best songs on the album, then it gives me high expectations for it because I do think those are cool songs and will sound much better in the flow in the album.
Exactly.
And then November 17th is when College Girl 2 was dropping, and the first thing I saw that was Nicki was supposed to drop on November 17th.
Yep.
And I'm like, why in the world would Nicki and 2 Chainz and Nicki and Wayne be dropping on the same day? That don't make no sense. I was like, it's one of 3 things. Like, Nicki not Young Money no more, or this is coming out strictly under 2 Chainz's label for his album. And then she pushed the album back. And I was like, I knew it. I was like, damn, I wish we did it on the show so I could have posted it and showed you how smart I am. Yeah. but yes, Nicki pushed her album back to December 8th, and I'm looking forward to that. I have a girlfriend who like is a Nicki Minaj stan, like had the Nicki Minaj wigs and like all like got in trouble for listening to Nicki Minaj. Taylor's a barb.
That is you would have never
barb.
Guessed.
Taylor's a real
She's
barb.
Reformed though,
like,
because the other barbs be like
no,
listen, shout out to the barbs.
Yeah, don't stop.
Yeah,
stop right now. Don't say anything else. but before you get this shit taken down. But she is a real barb, and she's not outspoken about it, but like she can rap Pink Friday word for word.
That's crazy.
The entire album, like that's a real shit.
She's an itty bitty.
Yes, that's word for word, all of it.
That's
so. Lastly, before we get into the what we do, I have to apologize to Taylor. She told me that she is not oblivious. She said, I'm not oblivious. I just turn my brain off when I'm with you. And I would like to apologize. She's not oblivious. Sorry, Taylor.
Yo, I literally just saw a TikTok about women turning their brain off.
Yeah, she was like, I just don't have to think when I'm with you. I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. So shout out to T-Bear. And Scarface and Rakim got $500,000 in healthcare. It is an initiative Nas and a couple other guys wanted to start with the appreciating the greats of hip hop and making sure they're well taken care of, which I think is very important. I thought Joe Budden had the idea of rappers starting a union, and I don't know if a union is per se is the answer, but I do think they should start something where they can get insurance and things of that nature.
A union would be absolutely perfect. Yes. Rappers do need a union. The problem is every nigga's a rapper. So
and
like,
their thing.
Yeah, and everybody can't afford union dues and this, a bunch of business on the outside.
Yes.
But this also goes back to I'm going to claim it because nobody uses it, Hip Hop Hall of Fame. This would be the type of thing that the Hall of Fame would work towards.
Yes.
Give money to taking care of the legends who came before you.
Yes.
Because the way we pay artists is not sustainable for artists to eat off the rest of their career.
Everybody's not Drake and Jay-Z.
Exactly.
Like, it's very... Think about all the rappers you've heard and think about how many you really see that are filthy rich.
Right.
It's a very, very small percentage. So
it's a reason rock artists tour to the 70s.
There is a reason.
Yep.
There is a reason Elton John at his stage in the career did a 90s show tour. Because like your music is not making you money unless you own your masters for real, like Hove or per se. So, man, beautiful week.
Yep.
Like the apex of sports. The World Series has started. Hockey came back. Football is in mid-season form.
Yep.
Basketball, them boys came out ready to go.
Basketball is gas, yeah. Basketball is amazing.
We got Katie Braun first week, Steph first week, Jokic Braun. We get Sacramento and the Warriors tonight, Boston Heat tonight. Mm-hmm. So,
it's gonna be lit.
It's lit, man. Let's start off just by hating.
Let's go.
Let's start off by hating.
Let's go.
First question I'll ask you before we get into what we've seen.
Okay.
Who do you think is going to be the biggest disappointment this year? And I'm going to give you a caveat because I know who you are. You can't say the 76ers.
Okay.
You got to pick somebody else beside Embiid.
The biggest disappointment this year? Oh. Well, I'll say outside of teams I think will get hurt. So no Clippers.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
The biggest disappointment? Oh, man. Niggas been killing me all week. The star is not shining bright in LA this year. The Lakers, listen, I saw what I needed to see. And so this is what made me laugh opening night when we got into the for people not in our group chat, it was a big AD Braun debate about whether AD was carrying in the playoffs, and this is how I know that I'm a consistent nigga and I will hate and praise equally because it's niggas in one chat that think I love AD, and then people in another chat think I hate him. But what I saw and what we saw last night against the bones of the Suns and Kevin Durant, top 7, whatever we had him as the best player in the league, was, okay, AD needs to be 30, 15 every night, and Braun needs to play the whole game for us to be in games. And that's just not sustainable. It's not sustainable over an 82-game season, and it's especially not sustainable in the playoffs when even if AD does that, and Braun follows his lead at year 21, asking him to be 26, 25, 8, and 10 on a minutes restriction. They're not even the best players in the court still. And that is what's going to be tough for the Lakers is their stars are not aging outside. Okay, Anthony Davis is not aging the way Anthony Davis we thought he would.
Right.
Like, it's very easy to be fooled by the other stars in the league who were able to sustain their prime for a long time. AD body went through a lot of trauma. I don't want to say his body betrayed him, but physically he is not the same player he used to be. So when he has a great half, 17 points in the first half, I'm not surprised that the nigga don't score the second half. And vice versa, because I know it's a new season, but dude, we just watched them do this in the playoffs.
Right.
And nothing changed.
So I told you can't say Philly because Philly was my answer. So my answer is Philly, and the reason it is Philly is because it is just too much drama over there. Yeah. Simple as that. I do think Nick Nurse will come in and change some things and help them, but I think they are a first-round exit waiting to happen. One of my sleeper teams this year, which we'll get into later, is the Hawks. I do think the Hawks could beat them. I think the Knicks could beat them. I just think Joel Embiid is, no disrespect, but he is a little weak-minded when it comes to you got to the NBA, you one of the best players in the NBA. You're not literally weak-minded.
Right.
Just when you come to that dog in the playoffs, he doesn't have what you need to be the best player, number one option on that team, and James Harden does not have that either. So I think it's a recipe for disaster, even if James does come back, which I'm not really sure if he will after hearing that they just told him not to come to the game yesterday, which is insane.
Of course, as the viewers probably to their surprise, I've never been in the NBA, but I didn't even know they could tell you not to get on the plane.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't know that was, like, what did they say? Like,
how does that conversation
How does that conversation go?
Like,
you can't get on the plane. Says who? Says who? Like, James Harden, listen, that's how I feel like when you're at that level of rich, you probably don't have many bad days. So it was like, you can't get on the plane. It was like, should I? But a nigga who needed it, says who? What? Bring the captain out. What a pilot at? Nigga, what you mean?
Where the pilot at? Did he tell me? Nigga, fuck you. Oh my God.
On a more serious note, watching Embiid, you said he's a little weak-minded, and I definitely agree. For a superstar, he's probably one of the weakest minded superstars we've seen. But dude, like, he be pouting. Like, just watching that game.
Bro, that's the stuff I'm talking about.
I wish Dame was on my team. Like, he's so annoying. He's such a brat. Like, y'all are in the game, bro. And we can talk about the Bucks in a second. But, dude, just the whining, get off the floor, bro.
Like,
get up.
So that leads into, because I do want to get back to that LA conversation. Let's go. We're going to go through the top couple teams in the East and West. Top 4 season. Well, I'll ask you that first. Who do you think will be at the end of the year? Next week, we'll do like our whole playoff bracket and all of that. But who do you think will be the top 4 seeds in the West? And this may not be the 4 teams with the best record, because injuries happen and you may lose, go on a 5-game skid when you shouldn't think of that. But in each conference, East and West, who do you think will be the 4 best teams at the end of the year, even though necessarily not 1 through 4?
Right. So first, I'm gonna say Phoenix. And I don't want to be hyperbolic because we kind of told y'all, like, everybody's kind of forgetting how good Kevin Durant is, because Kevin Durant played on a team without help for a long time. But Kevin Durant, like, set the Lakers on fire with no help for the entire game.
Shout out to KD.
Like, if Devin Booker would have played a quarter, they win that game by 20. Like he was so good, and he at this point in his career, Kevin Durant is more like a Dirk with a handle than he used to be like a wing creator.
Yeah.
So he's more so just getting to his spots and scoring, and that fitting with how Beal and Booker plays is going to be very hard. I got the Mavericks too. Mm-hmm. I think the Mavericks took a bunch. They're going to be better. Just another year, Luka, another year, Kyrie, but the players around them are noticeably better at a couple of different spots. Jalen Green's taking the lead. I'm blanking on the big's name who had a bunch of points and a bunch of
Lively, the rookie.
Derek Lively played amazing. Having Lively and the stretch big together so you get a different look. They're much more balanced. I think they'll be probably the second or third best team. If they stay healthy, which I hate that we have to do this for them, the Clippers look really good. The Clippers looked really good. Paul George, love him to death. He don't have to make as many reads with Westbrook on the court. He can play like Paul George.
Yes, sir.
Paul George's best days came with Westbrook to his side.
Yes, sir.
You know, I think they'll be a really good team, really good defense. And fourth, man, this last team is. And listen, it's not because of Harrison Barnes' first half, but the Sacramento Kings are really doing something.
Really doing something.
That's going to be a tough place to play. Tough place to win.
I'm so excited for this game tonight, bro.
Listen, them boys want it.
Them boys want it.
Them boys want it. They want to take it from you. Like, they don't want to win the game. They want to get out and have a ball. I think they'll be the fourth best team.
I'll go West. Okay. So, number one, the Nuggets.
Hold it. Oh, my God. I forgot about the Nuggets. Jesus Christ.
Who you want to take out?
The Kings.
Okay. All right. Take out the Kings for the Nuggets. No disrespect to the Kings, but y'all know. Like, so the Nuggets. Yeah. They might walk to another finals. I don't overreact. I'm not the overreact guy, but we're here to overreact. So from what I saw night one, they might walk to the finals. The only thing that worries me very, very slightly is their bench. It's not terrible, but it's not what it was last year. And I don't know if it will come to play because I love their 5-man lineup so much, their starting 5. But dog, I don't know if anybody can beat the Denver for real. And I don't want to say that. But number 2, and this was a team I wasn't sure on, but after 2 games and seeing their role players, how they play, the Phoenix Suns. I was never worried about KD, Booker, and Beal working. Of course not. It was everybody around them coming together. Now, of course, it's a long season, and the playoffs are way different than game 1 of the regular season. Of course, I know that. But just from what I have seen, I loved Josh Okogie. I like how physical Nurkic is down there. That's exactly what they were missing with Ayton, with somebody that wanted to go try to get 1 million rebounds a game.
In the trenches.
And he is the AD type where he is inconsistent. Like some games he might give you 12 and 15, and the next game he's gonna give you 7 rebounds. So like last night he didn't have a rebound in the second half. I think if he did, it was 1. So he can help go through those spurts. But I like Landale as a backup. I like their small lineup with KD at the 5 against certain teams like Golden State, maybe Denver when Jokic is out the game, things of that nature. So my third team is the Clippers. I love the Clippers. This is barring injury. I'm praying to God Paul George and Kawhi and Leonard stay healthy this year. They deserve it. I want to see them playing healthy playoff basketball and not playoff basketball where I haven't played in 2 months and I came back the last 3 weeks of the season, like a full season of really good basketball. If they are able to do that, that team is 12, 13 deep. They have 2 of the top 20 players in the NBA. They have another top 40 player right now in Russ, and who is a excellent distributor of the basketball. He has limited his turnovers. He has slowed his game down, and they look like they have been working in the summer. 13 assists night 1. PG looked great. I expect Kawhi to ramp up as the year goes on. And my fourth team is – so I'll give you some insight. When I'm thinking of this, I'm thinking of Sacramento, LA, the Warriors, and Dallas. And right now in this moment, I'm leaning towards the Warriors or LA. And if I had to pick one, it would be LA, just because I don't know yet if everything is going to come together for the Warriors as it should.
Right.
If everything comes together with like the Warriors as it should, and that is Kuminga taking the step up, looked like he would in the second half of the Phoenix game.
Right.
Moody taking the step up, which like it looked like he did in that first game.
Facts.
Everybody staying healthy, and Chris Paul playing as he did in that game with the ball in Steph's hands a little bit more, but I know that's playoff time shit, and Steph be like, I don't know, I cannot figure that out. But if all of those things come together and Klay Thompson isn't paddleboarding to playoff games, then whatever the fuck he was doing. But if all of that stays together, I love the Sarge tradition. He looks like he fits seamlessly into the system.
Him a lot.
I like him a lot. I like that addition a lot, and I love the 5-man lineup. So. But right now, I'm going to stick with L.A. because I think AD is so dominant, and I think Bron has one more playoff run in him if he can stay 28 to 30 minutes a night. If you're going to have Bron playing 36, 37 minutes a night, then no, it's not going to work. He's going to be gasped at the end of the season. But if he can stay around 28 to 32 minutes for most games, then I like L.A. as that 14, followed by Warriors and Sacramento. Sacramento, where the problem with me for Sacramento is, and you'll agree with this for sure, is just Sabonis, bro. Yeah. I just think he's too Sabonis and Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes doesn't even bother me that much because I like Keegan Murray so much. Right. I love Keegan Murray, and I am fond of Kevin Huerter. I don't love him, but he's cool. Right. But Kevin Huerter, really, honestly, on the wing and Sabonis down low, I just think it's a bad matchup. Those were the two guys the Warriors consistently attack. And I will say if Sabonis had a consistent 17-foot jumper, they win that series last year. They win that series. Like, they were the better team. Yeah. I don't want – and maybe that's because of the turmoil. They almost won it anyway. Steph had to go nuclear. Steph had to literally play the best game of his – second-best game of his playoff career to win that game. Right. So, I like everything about them, and I think they could give L.A. a run for their money. If they see the Warriors again, they might beat them. If not, it'll be another 6-7 game really hard series. They'll give Phoenix a scare. The only team I don't think they'll give a scare is the Nuggets, because I think Jokic, like what Jokic would do to Sabonis, would send Sabonis into a frenzy. Like
it would piss his dad off.
Bruh.
It would piss his dad off.
Like, brother, man. So. That's my top 4 in the West. But to LA. Yeah. You said something really important. Bron had to play that fourth quarter or they lose that game.
The entire
fourth quarter. If Bron comes out from the minute span, he comes out like 9 to 6. If he comes out, the game's over.
Literally.
The game is over. Yep. And that scares me. But the only reason it doesn't terrify me is because I know in the playoffs that's what will be happening. Is he will be in the whole fourth quarter. But I don't love their role players. Right. And that was the thing everybody was talking about this offseason was like, they added so many great pieces. And I was like, hey, y'all, why were all of those pieces available?
Right, yeah, exactly.
Like, why was Cam Reddish available? Like, like look at Cam Reddish's career. Other than the Anthony Edwards videos, like, what has he done?
That Anthony Edwards video put a lot of food on Cam Reddish.
Bro, like, so Jackson Hayes, like, if he was a really good backup big when they need that in New Orleans, Christian Wood, I don't have to say anything.
Listen, every Christian Wood shot with AD and LeBron on the court is a failed possession. Every single one.
Every single one of them. Yeah. And who else do they have on their bench? Torian Prince. I kind of like Torian. Like he's a good dude.
Bring
like,
his hard hat to the facility.
That's what I mean. Yeah. And the Lakers need a guy like that. That's just gonna come up every game. You can like if he's wide open, you are confident in his shot. It's not Malik Beasley or anything like that. Where it's like, bro, we gonna leave him open. We don't care. His confident shot.
Malik Beasley. That's one of the things
man, bro. We called that shit. But and D'Lo.
Yeah.
If D'Lo isn't capable of playing up to his standards, unless they flip and they do what they should do and go Bron at closing games, go Bron, Austin Reeves, Rui, Prince, and AD, then we'll have some conversations. But I don't think he's going there. Right. I don't think he wants Bron to play point guard. Now, Bron might put his foot down and be like, yo, we're not going to win it no other way. But it doesn't terrify me that Bron had to play that game, but it does worry me. So it worries me against the upper echelon of the conference.
Exactly. Yeah, because you're asking Bron to do that because he has to do that at the high level for every game, basically. And the biggest Bron conundrum is so in this movie Moneyball. This is a baseball reference, but they talked about this guy named Bill James. He was like the first dude to like do analytics in sports, and he said it's amazing. No, actually it wasn't him. It was some baseball player. He said it's amazing how much you don't know about a game you played your whole life. And Braun has played more minutes in front of more people than anyone in our lifetime. Mike Jordan maybe, but he's played way more minutes than Mike. And the biggest Braun conundrum that GMs other than Pat Riley really figured out was the best Braun counterpart is another wing. And it's not AD. And that is that's the biggest problem they've ran into with trying to build post the bubble was Rondo being there on that bubble team solved a lot of problems for the Lakers because you're going from Braun as a playmaker to, okay, Rondo's a playmaker. And of course he's not Braun, but what he does is he keeps your team on schedule. He keeps the other team from going on runs, and he's going to keep distributing. The problem with having Braun and not having another superstar playmaker is whatever playmaker you have to relieve Braun, unless he's a star like Kyrie or D Wade or one of these wings who can, all right, Braun on the bench, my time. You can't ask D'Lo to do that. He can't go from shooting guard. Oh, it's minute 9 through 6 of the fourth quarter versus a playoff team. Let me go do some D'Lo stuff. He can't do that. He's just not good enough, or he's not in rhythm.
Real quick, 99% of the NBA cannot just switch positions in the middle of the game like KD and Bron and these players be doing. That's not a normal thing to be happening.
And that is why Kyrie, who can literally mid-game, shooting guard, point guard, flip it both, which is why they're going to have success in Dallas. D Wade, shooting guard, okay, Bron not on the court, I can run it. I was an MVP doing it. When your second guy is AD, that position is a limited position where people got to get AD the ball. We have to get AD in certain positions. He's not bringing the ball. Like, even if he is bringing the ball, we need to do stuff to get him to score, and they lack in that area.
I like
that. You give Austin Reeves the money. You give D'Lo the money to hope that they can take over in them times. But, like, Austin Reeves, 4 minutes of possessions in the fourth quarter of a playoff game, that's not beating great teams.
You would be happy with that.
Yeah, not beating great teams.
Please shoot the ball 4 times under Austin Reeves. Any team is going to say that. And that's no shot to him, but you have AD on your Bron and you run your offense through Austin Reeves because you can't get AD the ball.
Right.
That makes perfect sense. I love that point. Yeah. So the East, top 4 teams.
So this is where we're headed. And we're going to talk about, of course, both these teams all year.
Yeah.
The next phase of the NBA will be the Giannis phase, where I think Jokic is the best player. I think Giannis is 2. And the next 2 or 3 years is going to determine where they finish all time. Because the Bucks, there is no excuse. And we said this the minute the trade happened. We have been big Dame guys. It's funny. People think I hate Dame. I have always said, please get Dame on a team where he doesn't have to be the guy the whole game. He's a great point guard. As a point guard, it's almost impossible to win championships. You need a superstar big.
We have been saying probably since 2019, 2018, Dame would be the best number 2 option ever.
Literally, the best number 2 option.
We have been saying that no question, easily. The best number 2 option ever.
And not only is he getting a chance to do that, this is probably the best scenario possible.
Exactly.
Where Giannis can legit 3.5 quarters downhill. It's like having Adrian Peterson. 3.5 quarters, I'm going to take us there, but there'll be a couple third downs, third and longs. We got to push the ball downfield. That's what Dame is for. And letting Dame just be able to do that is going to free him up to really be an amazing scorer, really be an amazing player. Because he doesn't have to pace himself. He doesn't have to pick his spots. He doesn't have to play with this superstar level of every quarter I need 9.
Yeah.
Or this Steph on the other side, every quarter I need 8 or 9 points. Braun over there, I can't sit these 5 minutes. I need 5 points.
All right, this fourth quarter, we down 8. Now I got to score 16 in the fourth. Are we going to lose? Like, you don't got to do that anymore.
Now they're playing with great balance. And I think those two, while they are together, the bar should be you're playing in the last game of the season.
100%.
Yeah.
Next 3 teams.
Next 3, And it's funny because when you're these level of teams, you should feel the same way. 1,000% the Boston Celtics.
Everything you just said about the Boston Celtics applies to. About the Bucks applies to the Celtics. They should be looking.
You should be looking at. We should be playing in the last game of the season. This team is talent wise. They got too much talent to lose to bad teams. The Knicks aren't a bad team, but let's be honest. It's Julius Randle, it's Jalen Brunson. Let's be honest. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Porzingis, and Drew Holiday should flood majority of the teams right now. I'm glad we did top 4 in each side because those 2 teams are gonna mow through people.
Yes, as they should.
Right. 3, I think it'll be Philly. Nick Nurse is a try hard. He's gonna try super hard in the regular season. They're gonna keep winning games. Embiid will be the best player on the court for a lot of games. So I think they'll still have a pretty good record. They just won't have enough. And 4th, you know what? I'm going to go back to this well. I'm going to say the Cavs. I think I was a year early on them last year. I think this is the year. Max Strus looked amazing. I like Donovan Mitchell taking another step. Darius Garland taking another step. Entire roster is young. JB Bickerstaff is a great coach. And I think with Max Strus, they solved a problem in a realistic way. Like you mentioned how like the Lakers added people, but it's not like stars laying around. But what you can do is if you have 2 problems, if you just fix one, that's kind of like solving both because you can cover up certain stuff. They
especially
needed,
in the
literally, they needed shooting from the wing. They needed a third small forward guy who could be on the court, who can play physical, but also stretch the court. Didn't have that versus the Knicks. Max Strus, he's not a great rebounder, but he's a good shooter. Played physical, comes from Miami, and he fills that void of we have a great passer in Garland. We have a great pick and roll player in Mitchell and 2 really good bigs. If we just have one guy who's just like, all right, I'm going to run around and shoot, but also play defense, he fits perfect. And I think that's the problem they had. They had a guy who played defense.
Isaiah Curl and Caris LeVert.
They had 2 guys. One guy played defense, one guy shoot. If you merge those, even if he's not as good as defense as Isaiah Curl, he kind of fills that problem.
Yes, and he does shoot better than Caris LeVert.
Facts.
So my top 4 teams, Boston Bucks. Y'all knew that. We ain't. So, but the number 3 and 4 would be the Cavs.
Right.
And he just explained why. I love the Max Strus addition. I think their playoff loss. So if you guys have been following the show, we have said, if the Falcons lose, Desmond Ridder needs to play like shit so they can go ahead and move off of him and get thought of getting a new quarterback next year.
Exactly.
This was the same thing last year for the Cavs for me. If you were going to lose in the playoffs, get your ass beat like that.
Right.
Get your ass beat so you really feel that shit. Oh, like we got like Jared Allen came out of the season and was like, the life is too bright for me.
Yeah.
All right. Now you know that. Now you know what to expect. Donovan Mitchell was the only one prepared for that shit yesterday. Last year. You could tell.
And you could see it. Yeah.
You could see it. Like D Mitch was like, dog, like, come on, bro. Like, give me some out. Shout out to D Mitch, man. Yeah. But yes, I think, like you said, you're too early. I also think you're too early about the Timberwolves. But then the West just got so loaded. It's just
and Cat got hurt too.
And Cat got hurt. Yeah. But my 4th team, the Atlanta Hawks. I've been saying I do not like Philly, and I could be wrong about this. You said Nick Nurse. I think Nick Nurse may change everything about Philly and have them play so hard in the regular season that they do end up one of the better teams, and they build such good habits that in the playoffs it comes to fruition. But right now, today, I am going to go with the Hawks. Although they did lose to Charlotte, a bad loss. I like
Charlotte's better than we think.
Charlotte is better than we think.
Mark Williams and they just drafted him out of Alabama. What's his name?
Brandon Miller.
That's a good front court.
That's a really good front court. They have a solid team. It's just a lot of stuff, a lot of
Charlotte
nonsense going over there.
How I get over there.
Yeah, so shout out to the baby. But
I thought you was going with the Cole shout out. I ain't gonna lie. I thought that was the Cole.
Nah, shout out to the baby. I'm sure, dog. What the fuck you mean? But I love Atlanta because I love Trae Young. I do think I didn't have Trae Young on my top 10 list last year, but I do think he'll creep into that up there this year after this season. I think he will be All-Star again, which he should have been there last year. I think DeJounte Murray will be a great number 2, and watch out for Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson is a ball player, dog.
Yeah,
he can shoot. He can shoot. He finishes at the rim. He is a decent passer.
Yeah.
He has a really good rebound and has a really good motor.
Yeah.
The core of the Hawks, Bogdanovic, Trae, Murray, Capella, have been together for a minute now.
Yeah, I think Johnson was there last year too.
Hunter, who?
Johnson, Jalen.
Yes, he was there last year too. And DeAndre Hunter has been there since he got drafted 3 years ago. So 3 or 4 years ago. So they have a lot of camaraderie, a lot of chemistry, and I think my coach of the year pick. Was it? Yeah, it was my coach of the year pick, Quinn Snyder. I think he is going to help this offense and Trae not be so ball dominant, and I think that's going to open the game up. And I like Trae under the bright lights. Like we talk about being weak-minded, complete opposite. Yeah. So those will be my top 4 seeds. Of course, Boston and Milwaukee, Atlanta, and Cleveland. Yep. So let's talk about last night, man. Yeah. So first off, let's just say a thank you to KD and LeBron for never cheating us.
It's a treat.
Truly a treat, bro. Like, never cheating us, always showing up. I know we haven't gotten this matchup in 3 years, but it's literally always because of injury. Yeah. It's never been like they just didn't want to play. It's been because of injury every single time. And that's partially for the NBA for scheduling your 2 old players in February for the first time. Like, why are you doing it? So, this ain't to break down the game. Just like, how did you feel just watching the 2 guys we really grew up with? Because we spoke last week, like, we love Kobe, and we went back and did our research on Kobe, and so we feel the way about we did, kind of like what we saw as a kid, and him being like a superhero, and then growing up, and like, oh no, like, but he was really okay. Yeah. But this one, we have watched since 12, like, knowing the game, understanding the game. This, we grew up with this rivalry, and then we watched them for 2 straight years in the finals. So, how did you feel last night?
No, it was definitely, it really set in, I think, mid-third quarter, maybe. Braun got a rebound, turned it up, hit the gas. Yeah. Listen, for year 21, Braun's foot is feeling better. You can tell he has the acceleration back that we talked about he did not have for a while. And he is blasting by them in transition. And it's kind of just him and KD in case I fucking foul him. But it's so funny. Like, we've watched him for so long. We've seen them play in so many different forms. And I kind of mentioned this earlier with KD, but watching KD now, he's so much different as a player than when we were introduced to him.
Factual.
Where before Kevin Durant, his handle, he was of course post Achilles, but pre Achilles, he was much more agile, much more lateral, quicker, all that stuff. So there was a lot more guard to his game, a lot more juice, a lot more ISO, stuff like that. Now he's moved into the 24 Kobe type bag where I'm Kevin Durant. I can let me one dribble, get to my spot. This is the spot I want to shoot from. Coming off a pin down, get to my spot. Cam Reddish, salute to him. Hell of a guy, pretty good defender. It was just nothing he could do. It was just nothing you could do about it. And he was giving crazy work all the way through the game till he ran out of guys. Yeah. But it's amazing to see this far into their careers how good they still are.
Just like and that's why I started. Like, you just don't cheat us, and that's what that is a testament to. Is just waking up every day and getting to the gym at 5 a.m. and then again at 12 p.m. and then again at 7. And then going to open runs 3 times a week. Like, it's just, you can tell, bro. They just love this game. They want to give the fans a treat. They both spoke about what this matchup meant and how it was important for them to get back on the court together. And it was an honor to share the court with them as one another. And mine was, it kicked in the fourth quarter for me when they was just like, it was really like just KD carrying and then Braun being like, bro, like, all right, I'll do it again. No. I'll do it again. Fuck.
No. And I know exactly what moment you're talking about. KD come down, the ball get tipped. KD pick it up. One dribble, go from the elbow to the baseline. And he started raising up, and we didn't seen it for so many years. He starts raising up. We all like, oh, that's too much space. That's too much space. Bottom. Hits the net, bro. I'm like, damn, nigga. Like, yeah, bro. It's amazing to see. for nostalgia's sake, it's probably not a matchup we really appreciate more. Steph and Braun, it's more like, oh my, I hate seeing that nigga. Like, it's like if Iron Man would see Thanos again. This is more like Cap and Iron Man fighting. It was like, man, these were matchups we really love. They have matchups like they have been at the top for so long. It's been really great.
It's been amazing. And shout out to KD, a hell of a performance, 39 shit. You missed a couple free throw shit at 40. But that brings me to our other team, our other favorite guys. You know we're going to talk about KD, Steph, and Braun every time we can. So we spoke about the top 4 teams, and I didn't ask Ish this, so I did not know his teams when I asked him. But you did not have the Warriors in your top 4 teams. Are you worried about what they're doing over there?
Worried wouldn't. Yeah, I could use the word worried, but what I saw wasn't. I don't have high expectations this year. I don't have high expectations for a couple different reasons. I think chemistry on a team is very, very important. I think how things ended with Jordan Poole probably hurt the young players in the locker room a little bit. Trading him off, bringing in 39-year-old Chris Paul to come play off the bench. You know, God, what is it? Corey Joseph? Was it Corey Joseph? Yeah.
Hey,
former Spur.
Don't say it again.
Former champion. Coming off the bench, getting minutes off the jump. Like, first game, like, first day out, he out here. But a couple things that I saw with the Warriors that just weren't promising. Man, listen, I don't know if Klay know it yet. I really don't know if Klay know it yet, but he's playing for a contract. He wants long-term money, but Klay, and it's so weird because the players we knew were going to age great kind of aren't, but Klay's game would age so much better if he just took his foot off the gas for himself. Like, it's plays where the ball comes off the rim. Listen, Steph Curry and Chris Paul are on the court. You should never bring the ball up. Let people make the game easy for you. Because the shots Klay are taking, and we've always said this, it's not sustainable for regular people. And Klay needs to understand he's getting closer to a regular NBA player as every year goes on. So he's asking himself to take these shots, and it's not. And listen, me and Steve Kerr beef go back many years, but I'm not doing this Klay Thompson on power forward stuff this year. I'm not. Like, the 3-guard lineups gotta stop, bro. Like, I put a cap on it. Like, I refuse to fracture my mental health again for Steve Kerr early in the year. Like, the 3-guard lineups, like, Kuminga's on the bench. Why is Corey Joseph in the game, bro?
Hey.
And you know I love Loon. Loon down there boxing out Kevin Durant and Nurkic by himself, trying to grab boards. And there's 4 guards around him, bro. Like, some help, bro. And especially without Draymond, I don't know what Steve Kerr sees on the court sometimes. I don't know what he's looking at, bro.
So, all right. So first, I'll answer the question. If you guys,
you worried?
No, I'm not worried because my expectations weren't abundantly high.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect.
My expectations can change,
right?
Because 30 is on that team, and that's why I don't like when people be like, "Are the Warriors windows closed and all of that?" But as long as you got Steph Curry, y'all got to stop treating that shit like that Steph Curry dude, like he not who he is, bro. Like, if he is on your team, you have a chance. It's the same thing you feel with Bron. It's the same thing when you feel with KD. If he gets into the tournament, they have a chance. He's 15-1 in the West, my nigga.
Right.
Like, be for real. Since 2015, they're 15-1, dog. Nobody has been able to stop them except for the Lakers team when their team was in discombobulation to the umpteenth degree.
Right.
So
almost won.
And they still. So
shout out Jordan Poole.
So it's not that I'm worried.
Right.
It's that Steve Kerr has to prove it to me.
Yeah.
Because again, bro, I like the team. I don't love nobody's team this year except for Boston and Milwaukee. Spoiler alert, I do think one of them are going to end up winning the championship unless Denver got something to say about that, but I kind of think Boston and Milwaukee are better than both of them. Better than the Nuggets. But I'm not like particularly worried about a specific teams. Like, I think we match up. I think we can do everything we need to do. I think the Saric addition helps us with the Lakers because now we can bring AD out the paint and we can run our offense with him getting in the pick and roll. And I think last year they learned that, all right, if we're going to beat the Lakers, we got to run a lot of high end pick and roll. We're not going to be able to run this offense that LeBron knows to the back of his hand because he's seen it a gajillion times. So I think with Phoenix, we can score with them. Yeah. That's going to be the thing. I think with Sacramento, we're older, and I think Steph is going to kill Sabonis again. And Denver, I think the thing that you need to beat Denver is dynamic guard play. Yeah. Because you're not going to win from the inside. It has to be Jokic, high pick and roll. Whoever's Jokic, they're using a Jokic backup, a bunch of high pick and roll, a lot of backdoor screens to get Aaron Gordon and KCP in movement, so they don't have the energy to cut like they do again in the NBA. Might not work to the best degree, but after you get to 6-7 games, and you saw how Austin Reeves looked when he was guarding Klay Thompson by game 6, exhausted. So I think we match up well with the guys in the East, but Steve Kerr and his lineup frenzy scares me for the regular season to the point where we'll end up as a 7th seed and end up playing Denver in the first round when that shouldn't happen. Yes, that is what worries me, is them not chasing wins this year and trying to work out new lineups and build chemistry. No, run the 10, 11 guys you can run in the playoffs and run correct lineups. There should be no point in the season ever again where Corey Joseph, Steph Curry, and Chris Paul are on the same court. What the fuck?
What was your reaction when it's a regular basketball play, the defense rotates down and it's all guards on the baseline? Like, what do we do then?
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Why is Corey Joseph guarding Devin Booker? Listen to that. Listen to that, Steve. Why is Corey Joseph guarding Devin Booker, arguably the best scorer in the game right now? What is that?
Yeah.
So that is what is worrying me. It's not I like the team. That's what I said earlier. I was going back between them and LA because it's like it just has to come together, which I think it will. I do think the Jordan Poole thing had an effect on the young guys, but I think winning cures all. Right. So if you're winning, it's not going to matter. I think Draymond, that game against Phoenix doesn't bother me because Draymond, they're not good without all their pieces. Right. That's the thing. So, like, Draymond missing is a big deal. Yeah. If Clay is in there, it's going to be a big deal. If Wiggins is in there, it's going to be a big deal. So they're not good enough to overcome like the Phoenix was last night without their 2 best players. They can't do that. They needed Draymond there, especially defensively. He's such a big part of their defense. So he's the part of their defense. So that is all that is worrying me, is Steve Kerr with his bullshit lineups losing games because he's not chasing wins. He's trying to develop for the end of the season. But I am praying to God Draymond Green, Steph Curry are in his ear like, yo, look at this West. We got to chase. Like, if Steph Curry got to play 40 minutes on a random game 42, that's just what it is. And lastly, to the Clay point, I know this was long-winded, sorry. But lastly to Clay, thank you.
Yeah.
Let the game come to you, bro. Stop forcing up shots. Stop taking contested shots. The offense is good. You have Chris Paul and Steph Curry in the court with you. Yep. There should be no reason you're not taking an open shot. You have arguably the best true point guard ever, other than Magic. You have arguably the best true point guard ever, and Steph Curry, who creates more open shots for anybody ever.
Yeah.
So there's no reason for you to be taking contested 28-footers and contested mid-range jumpers. There's no reason for you to be doing that. Again, it's the first game. We're here to overreact and have fun. Exactly. So, but I am not worried, but Steve Kerr's scary. Yeah. That's what I'll.
And the elephant in the room for me with the Warriors is, and I hate them so much, I haven't put the emotional energy into it to try to figure out what's going to happen. But Chris Paul starting and Chris Paul closing games, I feel like you're just asking so much of Chris Paul at that age.
Okay. Agreed.
And my question to you is Chris Paul finishing games?
So they asked him about that because Wiggins didn't finish the game.
And that's exactly.
And he said, whoever is playing the best will finish the game. And to Steve's credit, he wasn't lying. Chris Paul was playing very well in that second half. He played very well. He was a part of that run they went on in the third quarter. He had a big deal to do with that. He had a lot to do with that. So I think it will be a case-by-case basis. Right. I do think this, though. If you are trying to get to the point where you're going back and forth and starting Chris Paul or starting Kevon, stop it right now.
Yeah.
Chris Paul should be coming off the bench.
Literally.
if you want to work through it the first 25 games of the season, all right, cool. But after game 26 on and in the playoffs, Chris Paul should never be starting unless it is due to injury.
Yeah.
There's no reason he should be starting. I don't mind him closing the games, and this is why. Hey, what do the Warriors have the biggest problem with?
Turnovers.
Chris Paul's not going to turn the ball. He has the best assist to turnover ratio ever in history. Yeah. He has games where he has 17 assists, no turnovers, 15 assists, no turnovers. Like, he does not turn the ball over. So I think that aspect of the game will help them. A lineup of Chris, Steph, Wiggins, Clay, and Draymond or Looney or Saric, I don't hate. I don't hate. And I think against a lot of teams, like against Phoenix, where it's like, hey, we're not about to stop them anyway. Yeah. We're not about to stop them anyway. Right. I think it creates a lot of open shots for you. So that's why I don't hate it. Now, against LA, where it's big and it's like, yo, we need some bigger guards, maybe not.
Right.
But I don't hate him closing games, but I do hate him starting games.
Exactly. I 1,000% agree, especially like that's Wiggins. Like, and, yo, it's got to be said, that should be Clay. It should be, is Chris Paul or Clay playing well? Because what Wiggins brings to the table at this point in both of their careers
is more important.
More important than what Clay's doing. Because with Steph and Chris Paul, you're trying to limit your turnovers. So you want your more turnover-prone players like Clay to handle the ball less. So you don't need Clay to create. Like, we watched Clay for a really long time. Like, we actually watched the Warriors. Mm-hmm. So there would be segments of the game where he would be out there with the bench unit. He would be scoring and creating. We don't need you to do that anymore. But what we do need on the court is length, defense, and rebounding. You're asking Klay Thompson to play power forward, basically. And Andrew Wiggins, he's not a power forward. But what you're asking him to do, that he's more equipped to do. Mm-hmm. And I was watching the first game, and my first thought was, Andrew Wiggins needs to rebound every night like it's the Celtics finals.
Yes.
And it's a lot to ask, for real. It is.
But I will say this, Andrew. Yeah. If we are winning games and you can just turn on that rebounding when we need to, then all right, do what you want. Do what you want. You're making a lot of money. I understand you're not wanting to jump in there with them dogs where it's getting your ankles twisted. Right. If we winning games and you not rebounding, all right, cool. But in the playoffs, it's got to come.
To his credit, Andrew Wiggins probably one of the, and we said this when he was out for that such a long time, and people were like, is he going to come out? I was like, man, he's going to come back fine. Andrew Wiggins is one of those players, he look like he is never tired.
Never tired, never out of shape.
Never tired.
And again, to his credit, I say the rebounding thing because that year they won the championship, Andrew Wiggins wasn't rebounding.
Literally.
He just turned that on in the playoffs. He turned it on.
In the finals. He was like,
he woke up in the finals.
Like, you know what? We need to rebound more.
I got us. Yeah. That's cool. I forgot I have a 45-inch vertical. Yeah. So, all right, I do want to talk about the Bucks real quick. Dane, shout out to you. Amazing debut. Gave us a show. I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, these NBA players are ridiculous. Do you like their team? I know they're top. I know you like the top two.
Yeah, no, I love
but
that
do you
team.
like the team?
I love that team. Listen, I love that team. That's one of the best teams we're going to see. Okay. You know what? Yeah, we're here to overreact. This is going to be one of the best teams we see this decade. Okay. Whether they win the championship or not.
I like that.
Regular season through playoffs, there is no reason this shouldn't be one of the best teams we see on court. Because if you could construct a team for Dame or Giannis, this is as close as you get without getting Steph Curry.
Exactly.
You have an elite shooting big in Brook Lopez. Maybe the best two-way stretch big in the league.
I would say yes.
You have a great third/fourth option who can create his own shots, and he has size. It's not liability on defense, Chris Middleton. And you have, at worst, the second best player of this era so far, the 2020s era, and Giannis, who's 30, 10, and 8 every night. I think this is going to be one of the best teams we see on court probably this whole decade.
I agree with you, bro. I think they have everything you need. Only thing I was worried about was Dame, and not him per se, just like his age and he has had a few injuries in the past 3 or 4 years.
That's true,
So that's the only thing I'm worried about. If he's healthy, bro, I have no reason to believe anybody beats him other than Boston. I got to see them play. I got to get to 25, 50 games before I really try to pick a real winner between that. But I love. My dad texted me yesterday and was like, yo, how do you feel about the new look Bucks? And I was like, they're top heavy, but I think they'll walk to the Eastern Conference Finals. And I don't mind them being top heavy if Adrian Griffin isn't going to do what Bud did and act like Giannis can't play 40 minutes. Yeah. If Giannis is going to play 40 minutes in the playoffs, and I'm talking playoffs, I don't care about the regular season. Yeah. But in the playoffs, if Giannis is going to play 40 minutes, since Dame is going to play 40 minutes, Brook Lopez is going to play 36, 37 minutes.
Yeah.
yeah, they gonna like it's really gonna be nothing you can do because everything. The playoffs is about matchups and exploiting what that other team does well.
Right.
They're going to be able to do that to every team except for Boston, I think. I think Boston will come down to just like, hey, bro, you score or I'm going to score. Yeah. Like, just one-on-one, like I'm a bucket, you not a bucket at that day. So I think they will be so dynamic offensively that their defense, which I do think will be good, it will take a hit because they lost Drew. But I do think defensively they'll be fine. But offensively is really where I think people are missing that point of like, yo, you can run a Dame Giannis pick and roll. You can run a Giannis Dame pick and roll. You can run a Dame Brook Lopez pick and roll. Like, it's just so many options they have to counteract anything anybody throws at them.
This is what I was explaining, like, because it's the same thing. Like, it's people that think I hate Dame. People that think I love Dame. I kind of do hate Dame, but I do, like, love Dame's game. But I was telling somebody how perfect the fit is, because if I asked you what was the best Giannis play, it would be Giannis ISO from the top of the key with momentum. So early transition. This is the only team that can run two plays at once. Because at 30 feet, if Giannis sets that screen and starts rolling to the rim, that's Giannis's play. Yes. Teams have watched him get from the three-point line to the rim in 2 steps his whole career. So that's Giannis's play. But he's also setting a screen for one of the best long-range shooters we've ever seen. Also 30 feet. So you have 2 A options at the same time. Yes. What we see with other teams are great duos. I talked about LeBron. His best running mate is redundant, and of course, it doesn't matter when your best player is LeBron. But D-Wade and Bron didn't have like D-Wade, like LeBron will set the screen for D-Wade, like working together. What made Shaq and Kobe so unstoppable was we can come out in one action, and the 2 best players in the league can run it together and both put pressure on your defense. They can put pressure on your defense together from so many different places that I think for almost all teams, it'll be no answer. The only answer that the Celtics believe they have, and this is remains to be seen, is Drew Holiday, maybe the only nigga in the world that thinks, yo, I just got him. I got him.
Yeah, he just can't fuck with me. Yeah, he just can't score on me.
I just guard that nigga.
Fuck it. Like, dead ass.
But the rest of y'all, like, man.
And I will say one more thing about the Celtics. I don't think Tatum think Giannis can fuck with him.
Oh, that's a fact.
I don't think Tatum think Giannis can fuck with him.
Yo, listen, Tatum, like NBA is not like I miss Game of Zones because I love thinking about the league in like a smaller sense. But like if the NBA was a high school, Tatum think he the coolest nigga in the East.
Facts.
Tatum think he's that nigga in the East.
Yes, sir.
He don't
yes,
think
sir.
Giannis, he don't think Embiid. He don't think none of y'all niggas nice for real. Like,
come on now. You see it.
Because when I pull up on the road and give you 50. Then you go, no.
You got to feel that. You got to live with that.
Exactly. So I definitely agree that Tatum don't think and quiet is kept. And I love, I hope. Do we talk about minute restrictions a lot? There's only one person in the league I want on a minute restriction. Chris Middleton. Because you better save your energy.
Save your energy.
You better save your energy.
Because they going to need you.
Because, listen, somebody got to guard Tatum.
And Jaylen Brown going to be sitting in that chair.
Yo,
on the other end.
Hey, somebody got to guard Tatum.
And you got to guard. He does have to guard Tatum. And Jaylen Brown going to be sitting in that chair. Or Tatum going to be sitting in that chair waiting for it. Waiting for it.
Yep.
So, before we get into football, close it out, let's hit some real quick hitters. Yeah. So, let me ask you this. Today, who are your top 5 teams in the NBA?
Top 5 teams right now: Nuggets, Bucks, Celtics, Spurs.
Yes, sir.
Lakers.
Bet. My top 5 teams is Bucks, Celtics. Actually, no, because I'm gonna go in order. The Nuggets are the best team in the NBA to me right now. Okay. Bucks, Celtics. I will go Phoenix. Yeah. And right now, give me the Clippers.
Okay.
Give me the Clippers right now.
I like it.
Give me the Clippers right now. Next, if you had to make a way too early Western Conference, Eastern Conference Finals prediction, who would they be?
Yeah, Eastern, you can put this one in stone.
Yeah.
Celtics, Bucks, we can put that one in stone. We'll see y'all in April. We'll see y'all in May.
Yeah.
Listen, hope everybody stays healthy. We're good. Western Conference, I'm going to go Nuggets Suns.
Okay. Yeah. So, East, y'all know what it is. Yeah. Bucks, Celtics in the East. In the West, everything goes according to plan, seeding comes out how I think it will, I have the Nuggets, and I said no injury, no anything.
Yeah.
Give me the Clippers.
Okay.
Give me the Clippers.
Possible redemption there. I like that arc.
Finals pick?
Yeah.
Who would be your finals from that? I'm assuming
Nuggets, Bucks.
Nuggets, Bucks.
Yeah.
Mine would be the Nuggets, but right now I still think the Celtics are a tad bit better than the Bucks. Okay. So I'm gonna go Nuggets, Celtics, right. And from the Nuggets, Celtics finals, I'm gonna say Jason Tatum gets his first finals and finals MVP.
Okay.
And you?
I got Jokic winning another one.
Okay.
Listen, y'all. Through that, I understand what I'm picking. Like that, I just said the Bucks team's gonna be one of the best teams in the decade. That's how good I think Jokic is.
So let me ask you this: what does a real quick 30 seconds? I'll post this on TikTok.
Right.
What does a second finals in a row do for Jokic after going MVP, finals MVP, finals?
Right.
MVP? What does that do for his legacy, and where would you have him all time after that?
Yeah, he might be the best player of this generation. Like he's on that trajectory.
I agree.
Like this would be like watching Braun win the second one in Miami.
Yeah.
Where he was really great. He had these MVPs. He was amazing. He couldn't get it done. It was like, oh no, he can. He's the best player in the league, and every night he seems to get a little better.
Yes,
that is where we're headed. If Jokic gets another one.
I love that Braun example because that was like literally verbatim what happened with Braun. It was 2 MVPs. Oh, he's crazy, but he can't win in the big moments because the Celtics keep beating him and the Magic beat him.
He can't shoot.
And then it was like, you can't shoot, you can't do this. And for Jokic, it was he can't play defense. Right. He's a liability. He can't really shoot in the blah, blah, blah.
Motor's not high enough.
Yeah, motor's not high enough. Things of that nature. And then you get a right team around him.
Yep.
And it's win. And if you, like you said, you go back to back, win. It's like, what else you got to prove?
Yep.
And I think after that, you're looking at the top 30, 25.
Oh, yeah.
Player all time. Like,
listen, he's knocking on that door. Listen, he wins another. So all time, he wins another one. He's knocking at that Dirk door.
For sure.
He's knocking at that Dirk door.
For sure.
He's knocking at that KG door.
For sure.
He's not at the Duncan, Kareem. He's not there yet. No. We got a lot of time left of Jokic. His game's going to age gracefully, but I don't think he'll play too long just because I don't think he living in the United States.
I don't either. I don't either.
I don't think he'll be one of the guys that just hang around the league.
I say 15 years.
I don't think he'll get that. I don't think he'll get that far.
I would say 15 years, and that's only because he's so good. Because, like you said, I do believe you. His age is gonna, his game is gonna age so gracefully that it'll be like, bro, why am I stopped? Kind of like LeBron. Yeah. Like LeBron could have stopped playing 2 years ago, and nobody would have. He would still be in all the GOAT days and all that. It was just like, bro, I'm so good, and I'm aging so gracefully. Why would I stop? Yeah. I think that'll be the same thing with Jokic. But on to the man's game. Right. In a couple about 2-3 months, we should have some drops. So we'll get all these drops for everything.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, and we'll have the what's the
shout out Kareem Jackson,
Rock and Ish. We're gonna get a
bad
bitch to say it.
Oh yeah. I know some bad hoes. Listen, if you bad, never mind. I'm not gonna say that on here.
I am. If you bad, please you. But before we get out of here, I just wanted to hit on some football teams because I know we have talked y'all heads off of football for 7 straight weeks. Fact. So I don't want to kill y'all this week. But I do want to hit some quick hitters. Let's start with the Ravens, bro.
Yeah.
Yo. So first off, what have you seen from them? Because I've been.
I don't know which ones we'll edit up. But if we do end up like chopping this one up right above, actually we'll do it right in the middle. Me and D-Rock. Right here is the tweet where we told y'all. And we told all of y'all what was going to happen. Every single week, Ravens just going to look a little better on offense. Mm-hmm. You know, a little rocky versus the Texans. We're going to look a little better. But what you saw against the Lions, shout out to the Lions, you know, you definitely tried was.
You definitely tried.
This is not the Ravens. Like this is the first game where the contenders in the league are going to be like, oh, they were for real about changing their offense.
Yes.
The things that they used to try to do to Lamar are off the table now. Yes. Where they struggled early in Baltimore in his career, the drop back passing game, the schemes were literally just not NFL schemes. Exactly. Like with how fast the NFL progresses, these were just not up to date modern passing schemes.
Exactly.
So that was people, of course, to non-trained eyes, like, man, Lamar can't throw. Well, it's nobody to throw to. Now, with this offense, you're getting to see that, man, Lamar's really a 3-level passer. And he can deliver the ball not only to every section of the field in the offense, he can also do it in a bunch of different ways. Whether and shout out to the QB school who talks about this all the time. You know, it's like baseball, like certain pitchers, like to compare it to Josh Allen. When Josh Allen throws the ball, he's throwing the ball very on a line, zip, dot is there. It's a couple quarterbacks, Mahomes, Jalen Hurts does this really well. Brady used to do this, whether it's like, hey, 25 yards, I don't need to throw it through his body. Yeah. Let me throw it over. Let me throw it a certain way so that I'm telling him where to go with the ball. Right. I'm turning him with a pass, or it's a defender here. I can't throw it through them, but if I just touch it, and Lamar has some combined with how quickly he releases the ball, the touch and arc on his passing is just beautiful. It's beautiful. And what the Lions saw was, it may be the beginning of the end.
They saw that phantom pull up. They saw that motherfucking phantom pull up, dog. That's what they saw.
I'm so sorry, but the Chrysler looked just like the Phantom. Until the Phantom pull up, because the Lions are a good team,
really good.
And Jared Goff a good quarterback.
And the Chrysler 300 is a good ass car.
The Chrysler is a beautiful car. The Lions. Listen, the Eagles, Niners, they got a tough schedule. The Lions might be the number 1 seed in the NFC after this year. But what we saw, and this is very interesting, we might have saw the KD to Mahomes Braun. Because for a couple years, it's been Mahomes. Easily, you're not beating him. Your best hope to beat him is if he's hurt. Or your best hope to beat him is if the defense or something goes. You're not outplaying him. This Lamar can break the game. Well, let me not say KD. I'm going to say it's the Steph to his LeBron. Where Lamar can break the game in ways defenses just can't prepare for. Lamar's 15-1 against the NFC because he's just that different of a player. You can't practice for it. It reminds me of Cam peak of his powers played the Belichick defense. And I was like, man, it's Bill Belichick. We're going to be well prepared. We were extremely prepared. Cam Newton dropping back, splitting people, got defenders running into each other, lined up the throw. He said, no, I don't like it. Scramble for 15 more. It's just certain players. Like the play where Lamar has 10 seconds to throw. Like he runs into a guy, runs out. He looked like he going to start scramble. He's so fast, you got to chase him. So he just stops. There's no one in the league making these plays.
Nope. No, sir.
And what we talk, I love when we're out, when we're right. Because everyone's like, man, what's going to happen when Lamar can't run the ball? He's always going to be able to run the ball. That's the thing. He just don't got to run QB power. But you saw it. If he runs the ball 6 times, and 5 of them are like cool design runs like we've seen, like that, like the read option keeper, I've never seen that. I've never seen that on the NFL field. A read option. He's turning his back to the host. It's a read option. I've never seen it. Then they did the RPO stick.
Disgusting. That playbook is opening up every week. I'll get into it, but yeah.
But what remains the scariest thing, this is his 30-pointer, this is their 30-foot pull-up. This is his, oh, my God, and you see Mahomes do it a lot. Man, game on the line, it's 3rd and 8. Everyone's like, where is he going to throw? Fam, he puts his foot in the ground. If he puts his foot in the ground, it's done. It's over.
Because one person can't tackle him.
He can't tackle him. So the Ravens showed what everyone in the league, even Kansas City, I don't think they should be worried, but they should be taking note. Every other team should be absolutely terrified. Yeah.
So you hit everything.
Yeah.
I'll go to the opposite side, though.
Yeah.
That defense is for real.
Shout out Roquan.
We told y'all, Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith are so dynamic, it allows them to pretty much sit in nickel all game because they don't allow you to run the ball on them. And Kyle Hamilton is damn near a linebacker himself.
He like 6'8".
Bro, he been out of the past few games, but they just replaced him seamlessly. Yeah. Like they were down Marlon Humphrey, they were down another corner, their second corner last game. It just don't matter. That defense is for real. They stop the run. They do not allow 100-yard rushers, and they have a really good pass rush, so you don't have a lot of time to throw the ball. The weakest part of their defense is their secondary, and the secondary has been playing to the best of their ability every single game, and that's all you can ask them to do. So, to the other side of the ball, I've watched every snap of the season from the Ravens. This offense from week 1 to now is 180-degree difference. Yep. This offense from now to the playoffs might get scary, bro. The worst part about the offense is they don't got no real number 1 receiver, but they have so many specialists. Odell gets open easily in the intermediate. Right. They have the Nelson Aguilar, deep threat. Zay Flowers, deep threat. Bateman, shallow and deep threat. Then they have Mark Andrews over the middle. So everything you need, they have covered. Bro, they are so efficient. Yeah. They are so efficient. They don't have a lot of negative plays. They don't get penalized a lot. Every time they run the ball, it seems like they get 4 yards. Yeah. Gus Edwards, it sucks J.K. Dobbins cannot play because, oh, my God. Yeah. But Gus Edwards and I'm slipping on the other guy's name. They have the speedy back, and then they have Gus Edwards, who is more their power back. So they have a perfect 1-2 punch in the backfield. So I love the Ravens. The Ravens and Chiefs were my AFC championship pick. I feel amazing about that right now. Yeah. Looking at the AFC, I just don't see nobody that can fuck with those two teams, bro. Like you just said, he's not Mahomes, but he's as close as we got to Mahomes. Yeah. Like, I at the beginning of the year, we did our top 10 quarterbacks, and I had Lamar at 3. He is at 2. He is better than Joe Burrow, bro. He is better than Josh Allen. With the way he is, I haven't seen Lamar throw the ball like this ever. Yeah. I've watched a lot of Lamar Jackson. Like, he is the guy that I go to. He's primetime television. Like, as Stephen A. Smith said after saying he's not worth his money, you pay your money to go through and watch Lamar play. That's who you're going to see play. So, but he's not had that zip. And you know what it is, bro? You know how we talking about with Justin Fields? Yo, you're thinking too much. Yeah. Lamar's not thinking at all. It is like, oh, I'm getting to the line. All right, boom, boom, boom.
No. The thing he threw to the running back, up the sideline. Listen, okay, you play quarterback. So you know that is not a play. You know that is not what was drew up. For the people watching, go look at the highlight. Go look. I think it was Gus Edwards. We went 80 yards up the sideline. Yeah. Literally, just go watch the video and pause it. Listen, this was crazy about it. Pause the video, and you can see Gus Edwards not even on a route. The play is he's going to fake right. We're going to move the entire offense to the left. So the line's moving. Every route on the field is moving left. I think he has a comeback, a post, and then a flat, all on the left side. Lamar's doing the fake, and they all start, like the defense, well prepared. Salute to you. Like Cam said, you've been watching film. Mm-hmm. He pulls the fake. And there's nobody on the right side of the field. He takes a step, and I swear to God, go watch the video. He must have yelled this nigga name. He takes a step, and for no reason, Gus Edwards turns around.
Takes off, yeah.
He starts running to finish the fake, and then you see him just flip his helmet around. Like Lamar said, Gus, he turns around, puts it on him. It's 80 yards. The thing is, when you can't run a 4-2 at quarterback, you can't pull that ball. Because if you don't have that answer, you're going to lose 6-7 yards. Like, that might be the end of your season if you're other quarterbacks. Because 4 people are about to hit you. Lamar's ability to just change the geometry of the game. Like, it's kind of like how Tyreek
You said that last week about Tyreek, and it was amazing. Yes. The exact thing.
Lamar does it, and the thing is, what makes it's a perfect example. What makes Lamar scarier than Tyreek is Lamar's going to touch the ball every play.
Every single play.
He's going to touch the ball every single play, bro.
Man, yeah, I am praying we get this AFC championship with Chiefs. Ravens.
We deserve it. I wish teams played series.
Dog, right? Playoffs would be 7 months.
Yo, I wish they played 7-game series. I was going to say that, but I just thought of the jokes. When he was like, I wish it was like the brain injuries, like, after the playoffs.
Bruh. Oh my God! But yeah, shout out to the Ravens.
Yeah.
I expect them to keep. They got the Cardinals this week. I expect them to walk through the Cardinals, and then
Oh
after
my
that,
God.
their season gets tough.
Yeah.
But I expect them to be up for the challenge. They're getting healthy at the right time. All their key players are coming back. Odell Beckham looks better every week. I can tell that ankle is really affecting him. They can't find him to get in the end zone yet to do his little celebrations. I've been waiting for Odell's celebration all year, but he is getting more involved every week, and you can tell they're looking for him.
And
his hands are still his hands.
People keep saying Derrick Henry to the Ravens. Listen, a lot of people have said Derrick Henry to the.
I've seen Derrick and Saquon, both of them.
I've heard Derrick Henry to the Ravens, Derrick Henry to the Cowboys. Mm-hmm. Please, Baltimore. I forget who their owner was. Is it Ozzie? Is it Ozzie Newsome? I think it's Ozzie Newsome.
I might be.
He's a black guy. He's like a super cool dude. Pay the price. Pay the price. Whatever. Go all in. Double down. You just made Lamar fight for the max, and he's not even the highest paid player in the league anymore. Go get Derrick Henry, bro. This is a perfect time to, even if it don't work out, win a little brownie points for your fans after you ostracize your clearly best player the entire summer. We're not going to get into the people who got their bag, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, who are stinking it up this year, who are at the bottom of their division. Lamar got his bag, and he's doing everything the critics wanted him to do when he got his bag. They say, don't protect your body. You're not protecting his body. You need to throw the ball down the field. You got to throw the ball down the field. You got to win games. They're winning games. Meet his effort with your effort and go get him a star to play with.
Thank you.
Yes.
So, on to the other dominant team in the AFC, the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Hey, they are who they are. We know what they do.
Yep.
My question to you, I rhyme, is my question to you is, week by week,
right,
are you getting less and less worried about the receiving core?
I'm getting less worried about the receiving core, but so I was never really super worried about the receiving core just because it's Patrick Mahomes and what he did with him last year. But every week, man, that defense looks.
Oh, that's where we're going next.
Yeah,
that defense is real.
And as long as you have Travis, that is my thing. Situations in the NFL change a lot. We talk about having a number one wide receiver, how that helps the 2, 3, 4. Without Travis, this receiving core is absolutely a problem. Mm-hmm. But as long as Travis Kelce is going to keep being the best receiving tight end ever, I mean, he completed 26 straight passes to him.
That's my answer to the question. Yes, as long as Travis is healthy and not oh, my knees hurting, I can't really get out of my breaks. He has to be 90% healthy at the end of this season, or 100% playoff healthy, which is 75% actual real life healthy. Right. If he is that at the end of the season, then no, I'm not worried about this receiving core. But that defense, that is going to be the problem. That defense, if they can hold somebody to 17, every team to 17 points in the playoffs, this is raps. They're winning the Super Bowl. It's raps.
I really hope our hope is the Ravens and the Eagles can keep playing like this. That's literally it. That's how good the Chiefs are. That's how good Patrick Mahomes is, where it's kind of preordained, man, you're gonna have to go through them.
Yeah.
You're not usually with other teams, like we talk about the Lions with the 1 seed, maybe the Eagles lose, maybe 49ers lose, a bad team's not beating them in the playoffs. There's not going to be any fluke losses. There's not going to be any games they don't show up. They are going to be there.
That's why this year I really think the only team that can do it is the Ravens.
Yeah.
I think that's the only team that can do it because I don't. Yeah. Maybe the Bengals have changed my mind because I love Joe Burrow. I love Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase as a tandem. Right. I like Zach Taylor as a coach, and I think their defense have a bunch of really good guys. I do think losing Jesse Bates will prove to hurt a lot, especially when you play Mahomes. Right. But I think that would be the only thing that has the slightest chance. But the best chance for me right now is the Ravens, and I don't even know if they can really do it with how well that defense is playing. But the Ravens defense is playing great, but so it's a lot. But it's week 7, week 8, so we'll get there when we get there. But man, I'm really impressed with what I've seen from the Chiefs. They started off 0-1, and they might end the season 19-1. So
it's crazy how close it. Listen, it's gonna go underrated the rest of the year because they've already lost. We'll see when they lose again. Because man, we might have been real. We might be a Kadarius Toney drop away,
bro. Dog, man, they are special, dog. For real, that boy 15 is special. Thank you for you never cheat us either. And it's easy to cheat in football to take a week off of football.
We need to start just throwing out random Mahomes stats. Apparently, he's never lost to a team more than one game under 500. That's a real thing.
That's nuts.
He's never lost to a team more than a game under 500. So that's just your Mahomes stats for the day.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And you flew by real quick, but Lamar being 16-1 in the NFC is absurd. Yeah. That's absurd.
No, like but like those are some of my favorite football stats because the way the schedule works. It's not like the NBA where you're playing everybody, so you get to like NFC teams you really don't know. Mm-hmm. You really don't know. Like, oh, he would be the fastest wide receiver on my team.
Right.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
And he's running the offense.
Yeah.
I felt so bad for Aiden Hutchinson. They came out on the read option. He said, all right, I'm going to go grab Lamar. He stopped and passed it to Odell.
Yeah, that offense is cooking, man. So,
man.
Last thing in the AFC, Bills defense, bro.
Yeah.
The Bills defense has taken a hit. Prayers up again to Matt Milano and Tre'Davious White. And they lost they lost their defensive tackle. I'm slipping on his name right now, my bad. But they lost his defensive tackle.
Ed Oliver?
No, it wasn't Ed Oliver. No. It was the other one. But but my question to you is that because all of those players are out for this season.
Yeah.
Is that it for them? Because how weak their defense is, and they lost their running game. They haven't been able to find their running game since the game I mentioned that if you stop the running game, you'll contain Josh Allen, which has happened. Exactly like I said it would. So, and they were in a dogfight with the Buccaneers, which they should be way better than, but their defense is so bad.
By the way, I've never seen a Hail Mary hit the ground, like, with nobody touch it. If I was Baker Mayfield, like, come on.
I would actually be mad about that. Because you should have caught that.
No. Like, bro,
that was a dot.
I'm not throwing a Hail Mary to, like, Marquise Brown. Like, you're Mike Evans. You're 6'5".
Mike Evans and Chris Godwin don't even look.
Y'all can't get a hand on it. Like, nobody batted it down. Like, but to answer your question, 1,000%, and we like to be consistent on this show. So I want to bring up a point you brought up probably 3 or 4 weeks ago when we talked about the Ravens and how important middle linebackers actually are to defenses still. With how complicated offenses are now with the running motion, zoop, lip across, motion, like even the Falcons, they'll go to 2x2, 3x1. Like having one person that's gonna be extremely well prepared, knows where he needs to be, but he knows where you need to be too, to get everybody on the same page to make these plays. And Milano, super underrated, was one of the best defensive playmakers the Bills had.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Trey White. I hate to, what happened. Micah Hyde, this was a really great Bills defense. But Matt Milano, picks, fumbles, sacks. He was able to kind of do it all because at the middle linebacker, he can affect the game pass rush wise and pass coverage wise.
And real quick before you finish, a great middle linebacker can just put you in a position to get a sack. Literally. And I didn't have nothing to do with the play, but I put you there because I knew this was coming.
Exactly. And what you're seeing now, especially with the Bills defenses, because they have had players step up. The corner they had, number 40. I don't know why corners were number 40, but number 40 something.
Agreed.
Yeah, he was playing great, but not having that guy in the middle, getting everyone on the same page is going to cause a lot of problems, especially when we get further in the year, because all the good teams you play, this is not the 2005 AFC. Every team you play in the playoffs in the AFC going to have stars on offense, and they're going to have real guys on offense. This is not the NFC where it's all the stars on a couple teams.
Exactly.
Like every game, first game, if you're lucky, it's Trevor Lawrence and Calvin Ridley and Christian Kirk, and the rest of that crazy offense is Travis Etienne.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah. And if you get past them, okay, here's Lamar, and then it's Mahomes, and that's on a good trajectory.
And if you don't play the Jags, then you got to play the 85 Bears and the Browns.
Right? Yeah. And the Browns, oh my God! Listen, shout out Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew, you put a lot of food on my plate this week. You put a lot of. Please listen. You fed a lot of families scoring the many points on the Browns. I don't care if y'all lost or not.
So yeah, I agree with you with the Bills defense. I just think losing Matt Milano is more important. I'm not going don't want to weight their injuries importance, but Matt Milano just does so much. He is their quarterback of that defense, and having a quarterback that the defensive coordinator and him are like 1-1, like they're the same at damn near, like the symbiotes. Like, so that losing that brain power on defense is gonna kill their defense, unfortunately. And I think Josh Allen is who he is. He is an inconsistent quarterback who has top 1 capability, but also bottom 15 capability. And some weeks you get the top 1, some weeks you get in the middle. And once every 5 or 6 games, he looks like one of the 10 worst quarterbacks in the league. That's just what he is. But you can win with him because when you see him in big games, he performs. Right. When he's been good in the playoffs. Like he has not been bad in the playoffs. So I just think their defense is going to take such a hit if they have to see Mahomes, they have to see Trevor, if they have to see Lamar. It's rest for me. I think they can beat the rest of everybody else in the AFC, but those 3 quarterbacks.
Jamar and Burrow. If they get there.
Never mind. Those 4 teams, the 4 teams, those 2, those 4 they cannot beat, and they're going to have to see one of them in the first round or second round. So I just think their playoff hopes are limited this year. Their Super Bowl hopes are limited this year.
And I know they just blew them out, but you might got to play the Dolphins again. And Jalen Ramsey might be on another team this time.
And Matt Milano and Joe Davis are not going to be there.
Yeah. And the thing is, and lastly with the Bills, Matt Milano brought a level of physicality that was part of their identity in Buffalo.
Right.
Especially on defense.
Right.
He brought that physicality as he is the thumper. He's your middle linebackers usually making the majority of your tackles. He is the one finishing plays.
Yes, sir.
And you're seeing them struggle to finish plays. Like, and be the last guy, because the first tackle is usually not going to get everybody down. Matt got people down the first time.
Right.
But now your defense has to play defense differently everywhere. Everyone needs to tackle. Everyone needs to communicate. So it's just a little different.
All right, so NFC, not too much to talk on. We talk about the Eagles and 49ers every week. I just want to ask you one quick question. Are you worried about the Lions?
No. So the Jared Goff, I forget the list. Jared Goff, Purdy, and another quarterback, like a pocket quarterback had a bad week. I forget who it was. Kirk Cousins. Like, they'll be okay.
Oh, no, Kirk Cousins did have a bad week.
It wasn't Kirk Cousins. I forget who it was.
Kirk Cousins actually had a great game.
I think it was an AFC quarterback. But, like, the good quarterbacks who are more distributing based, it may have been Stafford, but I think the Lions will be fine. Lions have a lot of talent. They're going to beat the brakes off the Raiders. They're going to turn the Raiders every which way but lose. But I think they have a lot of talent on both sides of the ball. I think Jamos every week is getting a little better. That defense every week is getting a little better. Aiden took that step. The rest of their schedule was great, but yo, sometimes other team got Lamar, like
And that's my point. Sometimes you need this loss, especially as a young good team. You need a loss to let you know you're not as good as you think you are yet. Let's keep getting better. Let's take these practices really important so we can continue to
and
be
what
who we
I
think
said
we are.
about it is, bro, if they play Lamar Jackson 18 weeks, I'd be worried. You're not gonna play Lamar 18. Like, you in the NFC, you ain't gonna play him for 3 more years.
Exactly. Right? So
only time I'd be worried is if y'all get to the bowl, then I'll be worried. Like, if you
exactly
get in the bowl, then I'll be worried. But
I will say this. I'm not worried for 3 reasons. One, I love Dan Campbell as a coach, and I love that team as a unit. I think they believe in the coach, and the coach believes in them and lets them be themselves, and I think that is very important when football. We have seen the Jeff Fishers of the world come in and ruin just team's whole mood. I kind of think that's what's going on in New England right now is you don't let nobody have a personality. Everybody got to run a military machine.
Can't nobody have no fun.
And, we can't have no fun, and we suck, and now it's bringing down the camaraderie. So I think stuff like that matters. Secondly, their schedule. Their schedule.
Exactly.
And third, I think this is a realistic NFC Championship team because I think the number 1 seed is definitely in their sights, especially if Purdy got to miss a game or 2. I think now you got to deal with the Eagles, and the Eagles don't ever fucking lose. But I think
just added an all-pro safety.
Bro, Jesus. like the one thing you was like, okay, we can exploit them here, and now you cannot.
I don't know how NFL teams get down. Like, I don't know if the owners have a group chat, but I just be like, dog, really, my nigga? Like, y'all can't tell them niggas no once, bro. Like, god damn, like, bro.
They got a group chat with all 31 owners other than the Eagles talking about them niggas. Like, what the fuck? Like, who said Jeff to them?
I'd be tagging the Titans like, nigga, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing, fam?
But But the Lions, I think if they can get that bye and they
Mm-hmm.
avoid the Eagles and the 49ers until they have to see one of them in the NFC Championship, I think they got realistic hopes. Because you let the Eagles beat up on each other, the Eagles and 49ers beat up on each other, you handle your business with the Packers or the Vikings or somewhere, whoever that is, the Falcons.
Whoever makes it out the NFC South.
Whoever happens to make it out the NFC South. So I think there's nothing to worry about if you're a Detroit fan. Barry, chill. Yeah. Put the Thanos gauntlet down. Yeah, okay, you're going to be okay.
Listen, you're not going to play Lamar 16 times, bro.
So you're going to be good. But that is all I had with football today. I didn't want to kill y'all today with football. Anything else before we get out of here?
What's that, Arthur Smith? Boy. Mm-hmm. We don't got the time today, but listen, I'm going to make time to come to one of them press conferences. You keep talking the way you talking, bro. That's what's going to make me mad. That is what's making me mad, bro. That, I really miss, and I was talking to my mom about this because this is an interesting conversation, like, because currently we're in a military conflict. So I was talking to my mom about how different the news was back then. Mm-hmm. And she was talking about how Walter Cronkite and, like, other reporters really used to report. Mm-hmm. Like, you say something stupid to them, he'd be like, bro, that's stupid, bro. What are you talking about? Mm-hmm. Is there no one at the press conference where he talk about your fantasy team? Fam, y'all got the second worst offense in the league, nigga. What are you talking about?
So, thank you.
Like that. Like, is no reporter going to be like, well, yeah, we understand that, but you can't score points. Do you want to change that? Like, is anyone going to push back? Or is anyone in that facility going to be like, hey, Arthur, management spent 4 first-round picks back on offensive talent. Can we take some weight off Jesse Bates' shoulders? Can we help Jesse Bates a little bit? Grady Jarrett, these great defensive players, because you know what they not doing? Listen, they paid Jesse Bates, the rest of that defense, on real good deals. They invested in Okudah. They invested in AJ Terrell, young players. Fam, can you help? This isn't supposed to be like the shout out to the Falcons Twitter. You see them talk about, like, man, I wish Matt Ryan had this defense. Well, Matt Ryan was making the most money in the league, so it was hard to put a defense around him. But he still had good talent on offense. This team has no holes. And the only problem is Desmond Ridder, but he may not be a problem if you just stop asking him. Desmond Ridder shouldn't be throwing the ball 40 times, dog. Desmond Ridder shouldn't be throwing the ball 40 times. And don't tell me Bijan's sick and then give him 1 carry, dude. Like, listen, I work in the gaming industry. You be careful. Be careful. Be real. Because, listen, the NFL, a lot of stuff happened in the NFL, and they don't immediately come out and say stuff. Next day, they was on you. Next day, Rodgers.
Because why was he playing?
Exactly.
Why was he playing if he was sick and had a headache? And why was he out there as a decoy for?
Bro, he played the whole first drive. Blocking. He's sick. Why he blocking? Bro, what are you talking about, bro?
It's a shit show, dog. It's a organized shit show. Because like you said, there's no holes on that team other than Desmond Ridder. And Desmond Ridder gets better every week. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't hate Desmond Ridder. I just think he has a limit that the Falcons don't deserve, and you need a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
And
on that
especially now, this is crazy. We are 7 weeks into the league, whatever. I kind of feel bad for Desmond Ridder. Because, bro, like, we talk about how hard it is to be a QB. He already knocked Josh Allen. It's not like I'm some superhero back here. You can't help me out.
But you're making it harder on me.
And the skill positions are great, but we don't have nobody separated.
Yes.
So you're asking me to drop back 37 times. I'm throwing the ball in the windows. I got to throw jump balls. Like, fam, can you help me?
Can you scheme somebody open for me? Like,
please, bro.
And Kyle Pitts has been open on a couple of the completions, but, like, it needs to be more of that. It's like the things they do well, they don't do enough. And that's the issue for me. And the last thing I will say about Desmond Ridder is a attribute that I do like about him is that he shakes that shit off. Yeah. Like how we talk about Steph got a quick memory. He got a quick ass memory. Nah, like, he'll turn the ball over, do some fucked up shit. Yeah. He'll go to the hat, put that hat on. He'll go to the sideline, put that hat on, sit down on that bench, and say, "Let's fucking go." And he get right back to it. Because it's not easy as a quarterback who knows you ain't the best. I don't know if I got the keys to this team. It's a backup that may be as good as me, and I know the fans gonna start calling for me after I don't turn the ball over twice. Went right back down, game winning drive. Bro, like, that's not easy to do.
Listen, go watch that Marcus Mariota. Go watch them last couple episodes of quarterback. If y'all want to see something sad. Y'all want to see some sad QB play. Because that's how it could go.
They felt so bad for Marcus Mariota. They just stopped filming him. He wasn't in the last 2 episodes.
They say, yo, let's let him lock in. Let's let bro lock in for real. This might be it for you. Let's just let you lock in. Because Daniel 100% right, bro. Like, you know, it's a lot of talent on this offense. We come down, I throw a pick six. Regular nigga baby be like, damn, I don't know if I make it. I mean, Ritter's making some legit, bro. I've seen him make some good throws.
Some really good
but
throws,
I'm like, man, he not producing. You throwing 37 times to get 200 yards. And the average fan looking at the stats, you're like, man, this nigga read. Like the people watching the game, like just the regular Falcons fan, like, man, why didn't you speed up when you run into the end zone? And which is 1,000% correct. It's some rookie stuff to do, but like, bruh, you watch other young quarterbacks in the league, and it's young quarterbacks who life is easy because they coach don't hate them, and the other ones.
Justin Fields, Desmond Ridder.
Yeah. Desmond Ridder, Justin Fields wake up.
Bryce Young.
Bro, Bryce Young. He wake up like, you know what? I got to do it today. Like, you watch the Colts with Anthony Richardson in a couple weeks, CJ Stroud. Like, they're like, you know what? Let's get you some easy joints. Let's get you in rhythm. Even if you're not making
what play you like.
Yeah. Arthur Smith, like, all right, we going to come out 2 tight ends, 2 running backs, 1 fullback, and motion to a 5
Figure it out, bitch.
What? It's like, oh yeah, we don't have the best skill position. Well, I mean, we don't have the most explosive skill positions. So let's take everybody off the field and just tight ends and fullbacks. Like the defense playing 3-4 bear.
Drake London, Kyle Pitts behind. Come to the sideline. Hurry, come on.
Bro,
we finna trick them. We finna trick them.
It be the red zone.
They don't know who's gonna get the ball.
Listen, it be the red zone. Like Kyle Pitts, 40-yard catch. It'll be the red zone, and you see 5, 8, and 7 all run off the field. Like, hey, yo, as a Beyond fantasy owner, it's taking a lot for me not to talk to you a certain way on here, bro. Like, I swear to God it is, bro. Like, listen, I love Cordero Patterson probably more than 99% of the NFL fans out there. Former Patriot, Super Bowl champ, a big love for Cordero Patterson. Fam, if I see Cordero Patterson take another snap with Behan on that team, bruh, I might have to go to the stadium. What's the picture of dude with the gas bucket? Like he outside Mercedes-Benz, bro. Like I might bang that stadium if I see 7 run off the field and goal to go one more time. What are you saving him for? Y'all don't pay running backs? No way. That's what, I don't get it. Y'all niggas don't pay running backs anyway. What we saving him for? Rookie AP got like 300 carries. I don't get it, bro.
Oh my!
At least give him Alvin Kamara carries.
When I
like,
seen him run that ball,
yo, they like, man, Behan's our most exciting player. Those 7 times he touched the ball. Like, oh yeah, I bet he was. Like, he got hella energy. Nigga, jersey clean as could be.
Oh my God.
His jersey be white as shit at halftime. Like, bruh.
Oh man.
Josh Jacobs getting 35 carries in the game. Behan can't get 10 touches. Yo, they got all right, bet. We gonna come out 2 tight ends, 1 running back, Drake London. All right, and then we gonna motion Behan out versus their number 1 corner, and Behan gonna run it in. Like that's the offensive stuff. Like that's what you doubling down on. You're the 2nd worst offense in the league, dude. Stop doubling down on your mistakes. Stop and at some point, and this is the problem where you get like midway through the season. Fam, it's gonna catch up with you. Like, you're not just gonna be able to keep winning that way.
Thank you.
Making these mistakes.
Thank you.
The Falcons have not played a great game as a team, start to finish, once this year.
Nope.
Offense, defense have not together, not one time.
Honestly, the first game of the season was probably their best game.
Right. And we thought we should bench Ridder.
So, yeah, shout out to y'all. We love Atlanta though, so that's why we speak so passionately about the sports, because we love them. Even if we not,
I'm gonna come to them, bro. You think I'm joking?
Right, bro. They be out there too. Again, shout out to the women. Like, you feel
don't
me?
make me come to Flowery Branch.
Don't make me come to Flowery Branch. But no, the last thing before we close, I do want to mention that you talked about the why don't reporters just speak back to coaches? Yeah. And I feel the same about Steve Kerr when they be like, yo, why did you run this lineup? And he'd be like, well, I'd be like, will y'all just tell them that they lost though? Like, do you know this didn't work? Like, it didn't work though. Like, do you know that? Like, hey, like the 3-guard lineup, like literally your defense collapsed and you lost the 2nd quarter because you did that. So why would you ever do it again?
I really want to, like, I'm gonna figure it out where I really want to start like asking, like, and even if it's not all in one day, because I know you can't always ask follow-ups. One day, I'm gonna be like, hey, You're the 29th ranked offense in the league. Do you think that has to do with the personnel you're using? Like, well, I don't care about, fantasy football, and I come back next week. You're 30th in points scored. Do you feel like you can use your play? It's just asking every week a different way till you get it through. It cuts your mustache, bro. Who is this nigga think he is? Tom Tucker? What is with the stash, bro?
Tom Tucker!
Come on, bro. Yo.
Tom Tucker! What the fuck?
I don't trust
Tom Tucker.
I don't trust
dog.
nobody with no facial hair but one thing.
Oh
like
my
if you just got the one, you just got the mustache.
Bro walking the stash on the sideline with his cutoff sleeves, dog.
He look like Flanders. I can't stand it, bro.
I said, who do you think you are, Tom Tucker, dog?
No, he
oh
got
my
the stash.
God.
He got the stash on the press conference. Like, well, I don't care about your fantasy football. Y'all suck, dude.
Oh my God, bro! Shout out to Arthur Smith. Fix your mentality, dude, because you're not who you think you are. No offense, but self-awareness is so important because he really be walking around like he Shanahan. Like he really be calling shit on the sideline. Like, oh yeah, making all them facial expressions, knowing the camera watching him.
Bro,
you ain't
like,
prime.
Oh yeah. Listen, let's have Jonnu Smith run a wheel as our number 3 wide receiver, motion him out. Jonnu Smith, he ain't been good for 3 teams ago. Was the last time Jonnu Smith was a good player?
Arthur Smith, the evil genius. Thank you again. Before we do, Offset's album, good money, good money. West Side Gun album, still good money. We spoke about those last week. I just want to remind
Carson,
y'all.
Go get that.
Oh yes, Ken Carson. He just played me a snippet, got me ready to listen to the album tomorrow. So. Thank you again for listening. Like, subscribe, comment, share. All the socials are in the bio. We will be back next week. We thank you. Please follow us on TikTok. We are 1 follow away from 100 followers. We've been that way for like 2 weeks now, so please take care of that. But thank you. We appreciate you, and we will see you on episode 56.